Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Pop Culture Junkie podcast. We are here at Olympus Games in Mesa, Arizona, and we are so excited to be with you once again for another episode of Keanu 101. This week's lesson is on the ever iconic Point Break.
Fill me up with a barrel full of monkeys, as I hate being bored, I hate being bored. Load me up, cause I'm such a junkie. Every day all I want is more. So entertain me right now. So entertain me right now.
Hey everybody, it's good to be with you guys again here on the Pop Culture Junkie podcast. We are so excited about this week's episode because it's incredible.
Dude, this movie was so good.
It's so good.
This might be my favorite one so far.
Yeah, I got to take it. Yeah.
Nicole, how are you feeling about it?
Probably my least favorite.
What? The lead?
Okay, things are going to get juicy. Introduce
so-
yourselves, you guys. Wait.
Exactly. Before we dive in and get everybody's feedback about the movie this week, let's go around and introduce ourselves. I am Haley,
This is Alex.
This is Shauna.
And this is Nicole.
and we are here to talk about 1991's Point Break. As always, we're going to kind of go through the movie, talk a little bit about it, share some of our favorite parts, and then ultimately rate the film and rate Keanu's work.
A plus, done. See you guys next week for another hit. It was the perfect film, honestly.
All right, so let's start by recapping it for anyone who maybe hasn't seen Point Break or hasn't seen it since 1991. What is it all about?
Okay, so Keanu is a rookie cop or agent or something. He plays cops a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's an FBI agent.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. FBI agent. And he is a former Ohio State quarterback, which comes up a whole lot in the movie.
And it's the second time we've seen him as a former Ohio State. I think he was an
he
Ohio
Ohio
State
State?
quarterback in the replacements
Really?
too.
Wow.
Oh, that's funny. How close together did those movies come out?
Far away.
Did they? 91 and...
And replacements was 2005.
Oh, geez. Yeah, well
It was a
go Ohio
callback.
State.
Yeah,
There you go. Callback. Yeah, and he gets partnered with Gary Busey. I don't remember how did this all come about now?
Yeah, Gary Busey's like his training agent or something, right? Because he's a rookie, and Keanu comes in very fresh-faced and
Young,
Busey's-
dumb, and full of cum.
Okay,
So rude.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Okay, it's
Why?
the guy from Scrubs.
What are we talking about?
Dr. Cox.
Dr. Cox from Scrubs tells Keanu that he's young, dumb, and full of cum. Did you not remember that part?
Gary Busey is Dr. Cox?
No.
No. Okay. Separate character. Dr. Cox is the he's like the
Head of the
dickhead.
department.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the jerk.
We're talking about the same movie, right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Dr. Cox we're calling him his character from Scrubs.
John
Oh,
C.
see.
McGinley.
Yes. The guy who's like, you come in here all smooth
Oh,
and
yeah,
buttered
yeah,
up
yeah, yeah.
and full of cum.
Okay, so here, had you heard that phrase before?
Yes, I love that phrase.
Okay, so I'd never heard that before.
What?
And so my husband,
So
we were
wait,
watching.
just recently?
Yeah, I never heard it until I watched Point Break. So my husband's like, that's where this comes from? Like he had no idea.
I want to know if this is the origin of that or if they said it because it was a thing already.
No, it can't be. It can't.
Yeah. Someone Google young, dumb, and full of cum, but
Please
don't
don't.
click images.
Please don't. Okay, so yes, he comes in and Gary Busey is his training partner and kind of takes him under his wing.
Mm-hmm.
And unlike Dr. Cox, he actually like kind of likes Keanu a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah.
Not initially.
He's kind of seems like he's being teased throughout the precinct because he has some crazy notion about who the ex-presidents are.
His crazy theory about these bank robbers.
Yes.
Who dress up like dead
Ex-presidents.
presidents. Ex-presidents or dead presidents?
Some of them were alive.
Okay, so just ex-presidents. Okay. Thinking dead Kennedys in my
I think it's former president. I think you only say ex-president if you're like impeached. But we're getting semantic loose here.
So I was interested in Gary Busey in this movie because, first of all, his character's name is Pappas.
Pappas.
Pappas?
I had a bartender
Pappas?
named Pappas, Chris Pappas.
Oh,
Pappas.
that was his last name, though, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's
Pappas.
probably his
Red Hat.
yeah.
It's not that
Agent
anymore.
Pappas.
Agent
But
Pappas.
I have never known Gary Busey as anything other than a super crazy looking, like Dancing with the Stars.
He was very normal in this movie.
Yeah, the only
Super
time I've ever
normal.
seen him was like on reality shows where
Yeah.
he's going to rehab with Dr. Drew or something.
That's how I know him.
yeah.
And his huge teeth.
So this is either pre-cocaine days or maybe he had just started doing cocaine because he's actually pretty good.
He's
in the
cocaine
movie.
light. The Diet Coke of cocaine in this movie.
Diet cocaine.
Diet cocaine. One of my favorite parts is when he's not really a favorite part. A favorite detail I noticed when he and Keanu are like, he's going over this theory with him and they're in the office and they're drinking Coronas. There are so many empty Corona bottles around them and they're just placed in random spots around the room, like on weird shelves way up high. And I'm like, why would they chuck the beer and then just like sit it on the top shelf somewhere?
I also love the implication of like we're on the clock doing
Yeah.
FBI work and we're just getting wasted on like the federal dime.
Busey's like chugging whiskey from the bottle and neither of them seem drunk, but whatever. As you are, gentlemen.
Speaking of great names, Keanu plays Johnny Utah in this movie, which I laughed, I think, every time someone said Johnny Utah.
They have to call him Johnny Utah every time.
Yeah.
Johnny Utah.
And he said he actually liked the character name because it reminded him of Joe Montana, which I never had thought of Joe Montana as being a cheesy name, but now I do. But that's his actual name.
I want to be Shauna, Arizona. Like a porn star name.
Alexander, Massachusetts.
Ooh, that's definitely a porn
Sounds
star name.
Long. Oh.
Nicole Chicago.
Illinois?
Cool. Nicole, Illinois.
I don't like
I
that
like
either.
it.
Nicole, Illinois sounds very intellectual. Nicole Chicago sounds like
Chicago.
you're going to beat
Lakes
me up
up
in
there.
the
Nicole
alley.
Lakes.
Nicole Lake.
Nicole
I'm trying to think of
Joliet.
something. I mean, that can work. That's a city in Illinois.
There you go.
See? Oh, I knew one. I knew
Joliet.
Joliet. Yeah. Shout out to all of our fans in Joliet.
I'll think about it. I'll come back at the end of the episode. with my
She'll be
name.
like, here's my name.
I got it, you guys. I got my FBI agent name.
Oh, another great name in the movie is his girlfriend or like the surf babe that he just straight up lies to her face about her dead parents, which is so effed up. Her name's Tyler.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
So, like, we named our daughter a traditionally, like, male name. And so I've always been a big fan of that.
I think we talked about this once, and I told you that hot girls always have boys' names, or people with boys' names end up being hot
It's
girls.
true.
So there's-
And Lori Petty, who plays Tyler, also played Kit Keller in A League of Their
Loved
Own.
her there. I knew I recognized the voice before they showed her face on screen when she was yelling at Johnny from the water when he was surfing for the very first time.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I recognize that voice from somewhere. I had no idea. And then they showed her face, and I was like, oh, okay. And then you see her like naked later on. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna watch A League of Their Own.
I know her from Tank Girl.
Yeah, that's iconic too.
Yeah.
While we're talking about the cast and their kind of iconic roles, obviously we need to talk about Patrick Swayze, the other lead in the film.
The Swayzenator.
His name was Bodhi, right?
Bodhi, like Bodhisattva. I'm probably mispronouncing that, from Buddhism.
Yeah.
Trying to be all zen, bro.
Which means like wakefulness. Like he's the original
character
woke
was kind of like
surfer.
that too. Yeah. Exactly.
And Bodhi, I think, is like a stereotypical like surfer-ish name. Like I think on what was that lifeguard show back in the 90s?
Baywatch.
Baywatch, yeah.
Literally the most iconic
I
television
almost
show
thought you were
of all
talking about something
No,
else.
I was just
like,
spacing.
it can't be.
I was just spacing. But yeah, Bodhi was like the kid on that show. Oh, yeah. So there you go. I don't know if you guys are fans of like Swayze's work. And
Oh, everyone's a fan of Swayze.
Okay. So I like when I think Swayze, I think like Dirty Dancing, right? So this I feel was a little bit of a departure from like the Swayze that normally exists in my head.
Yeah, he's bad guy. I mean, he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy.
People die. He robs banks, but like, is he a bad guy?
I don't know.
I mean, I'd say yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he robbed 30 banks within 3 years. Him and
He's
his
just
crew.
going with the flow, man.
Yeah, but I guess it was against the system, so he had some kind of moral or right purpose to do it.
Yeah, I got like Fight Club vibes from the whole like let's just take down the man.
Yeah.
But, it was like Project Mayhem.
And they say they never shoot anyone, well, until the end, spoiler. No one has ever gotten shot at any of these stick-ups yet. They just go in and they get the coin. They do their little stand-up routine as the presidents, and then they're out.
And I think though, leaping ahead a little bit to the end where everyone starts dying.
Literally
There's a
everybody's
point where everybody starts to die.
Right. Everybody. But I think that had to happen because it showed that in the beginning, he's trying to justify what he's doing. But by the end, it shows that it was like really rooted in like moral depravity from the beginning, because ultimately he's willing to sacrifice all of his friends.
You are totally right. Like thinking about seeing his friends die one by one, and he's never like, no, Greg, or what, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like, sucks.
The first one, he's like, oh no.
Yeah.
But even then.
The blow gets softer as the friends go on.
So, see, when I was watching this, I was thinking about 90s action films, because this is a 90s action film. And I was wondering, comparing it to movies now. And I don't know if it's just because we've been focusing on Keanu Reeves and just his movies, but I feel like there's this like difference in terms of like storytelling when it comes to like telling a story through a movie, through cinema. Because now there's like this technology, these like CGI, and like compared to like John Wick, for example, it's probably like one of his recent action films. It's it's about vengeance, it's about this guy, and that he's just doing his thing, killing people. And in this one, and in the last one that we saw, Speed, yeah, like there's an arc. There's these references that happen within the story itself.
Yeah,
like for the football thing, like he played Ohio State, and that's the way that he got connected with Homeboy.
Because he was able to like jump into the football game.
Yeah,
with them.
and even at the end, the whole cyclone thing, like I liked this movie because of its ability to kind of open something up and then close it.
Yeah, I could see that. And like when they all go skydiving, you could be like, why are they just randomly skydiving? But it comes back because that was their escape in the end.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those movies, if you were trying to tell somebody, like, oh, they don't make them like they used to, and they're like, what do you mean? Show them Point Break.
Yeah.
Because like this movie, granted it got remade, but
it
got remade in like 2019 or 2015.
Oh, God. 2015, I think.
Yeah, 2015.
I do not remember this.
Well,
I don't think anybody remembers it.
That's exactly my point, though, is because I don't think anybody in 2015 is asking for Point Break.
Yeah.
Right? But I feel like in 1991 and what it is and the time, like, I mean, it grossed like a freaking bajillion dollars. Like, it was a huge hit at the time.
Yeah.
But now, so I don't know. I totally agree with you. The whole time I was watching it, I was like, it didn't feel ripped off. It didn't feel cheesy, sure.
It felt clever in a lot of points, too. Like some of the, like, Keanu or Johnny Utah was sassy. He was like when he brought the surfboard into the like precinct, he's like, he hung out the back of the car. He's just, you can tell he's trying to piss off the like boss guy.
Yeah.
Chief.
And there's not a lot of like exposition that takes place. It just kind of jumps in. Like, and he's in the FBI and the story gets going. There's no need for a backstory really.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Which I really like.
Yeah.
So anyway, he joins up with the surfers. They're robbing the banks, and then everybody dies at the end. No,
So he meets up with Tyler. She's teaching him how to surf. And the minute you see her, you're like, okay, they're obviously going to bang. Like,
for sure.
They're okay. Ship it.
Yep.
I love when he's talking to the captain about like the surf job that the captain is paying for. Like the FBI is paying for him to do this, but they're still really pissed about it. And he's like, do you have anything important to say, Utah? And he's like, caught my first tube today, sir. Like, you sassy son of a bitch.
Yeah, I love how he gets so invested in it.
Yeah.
Personally, I liked that development too. I think you started to see his character in some ways start siding with the boys. The surfer
For
boys,
sure.
right? He wanted to be buddies with
Yeah.
them. He starts caring about them. That's when we get the epic scene of firing the gun in the air. And
Yeah,
saying,
the chase.
I sent the rest of the junkies that scene last night in text from Hot Fuzz where he's like, did you ever just shoot your gun in the air and go, ah? And they watch Point Break. And now we all finally know what that's from.
Yeah.
No, he made eye contact with the Swayzenator and he couldn't do it.
Yeah, that was a cool fight scene too. One of them was like on fire at a certain point before that.
Yeah. Dude, that chase scene was so legit, just running through those little hallways and like through people's yards.
Acrobats and stuff. They were like
Yeah.
jumping over cars and doing flips. Maybe not that much, but
Well, and
No,
the
it's cool.
intensity of knowing that they all see Keanu, they know what he is.
They know it's
now,
him, yeah.
and he knows who they are, but they all get away.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, they were wearing their masks the entire time. So I'm like, I'm still in that moment thinking, is it actually them?
Yeah.
Like, what if there's like
Yeah.
some crazy plot twist where we're thinking it's about to be them, but it's not?
I mean, because he thought it was those other dudes. Like, he thought it was the Red Hot Chili Peppers for a minute. And then it wasn't. And lots of people get shot.
Yeah, that was awesome. Anthony Kiedis showing up for 2 seconds.
I was like, oh, hey, what's up?
I read a thing that said like he missed rehearsals or something, and so when it came time to shoot the scene, the director had him get punched first, get knocked out first as like retribution.
I wonder why, like, I don't know, just randomly, like, let's put Anthony Kiedis in this movie. I don't know.
I think it was like a thing. I think Anthony Kiedis was maybe trying his hand because Flea was in some, Back to the
Yeah.
Future, and he shows up in some other skating movie in the 80s. I think it's always been kind of a
Red Hot Chili Peppers are definitely kind of that, like, I mean, they're like a punk band. Well, no, maybe not anymore, but they're a rock band. They got like punk skater, put socks on our penis vibes. Like, kind of fits in that universe.
do cocaine with Gary Busey.
Absolutely. Who amongst us has not done cocaine with Gary Busey or wanted to do cocaine with Gary? Who amongst us? Speaking though of that scene where they're running through the like little corridors, Keanu kicks a dog. You guys,
Wait, what? It was during that scene?
yeah, he kicks a dog.
It wasn't a real dog though. It's okay.
Bodhi like throws a pit bull at him, which is a very aggressive way to attack somebody.
Here's this dog. Oh, that would be
I don't
me.
know. My pug is pretty thick.
Hi.
If someone broke into my house, I could chuck that pug at their face, and they wouldn't be able to react because she's thick, man.
Say chuck that pug
Hefty.
again.
Chuck that pug.
Chuck that pug at him.
Oh, pugs are very throwable dogs, right? They're kind of heavy.
But you want to catch it. Don't say they're
Of
throwable.
course.
Yeah, she'd break her stubby little legs. She wouldn't be able to. She can't get down off the couch, let alone be like thrown.
The Pop Culture Junkie podcast does not condone throwing
No.
dogs.
Do not
don't-
chuck your pug.
Don't
Do not
throw
chuck your
dogs.
pug.
Well, that's how his face gets all scratched up.
Oh yeah, from the dog.
So
Yeah.
That's true.
kind of
didn't
what I
put that-
put together after that, and I was like, okay. And then Tyler thought, oh my gosh, I can't imagine the other guys.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
Oh gosh, Tyler was
So
a little
cheesy.
naive.
She was a little high the whole time.
She was a little well, and she had been with Swayze before, which showed that she didn't really have good taste. I mean,
It kind of seemed, I got the vibe in that group that they all kind of just like love each other a little bit. They all kind of just pass
Free
around each other's
love.
bodies.
free
a little
love
bit.
on the free
Yeah.
love freeway.
She reminded me of the character from Friends that Ross sleeps with when him and Rachel are on a
The copy
Oh,
machine girl.
yeah.
Yeah.
Copy machine.
Literally the same vibes, and I'm just like, okay, maybe that's why I didn't like her very much because I just was getting.
They were
those
on a
vibes.
break. Oh man.
She was on a break. She was surfing.
Oh goodness. Yeah. So it's interesting because once that chase happens and it's kind of out in the open, right? Then the surf gang shows up at Keanu's house and they just take him, and you're like, what's gonna happen?
And they don't immediately say like, oh, hey, we know it's you and you know it's us. Hey, what's up? They were just kind of like, hey, bro. Like they kind of tried keeping the shtick up even though everyone in the room was very unspoken. Like,
Well, and they take him up in the plane. They go skydiving. They do the whole teasing of like, which chute's gonna open or whatever. They all get down. They all land safely, and it's only after that that Swayze's like, I've kidnapped Tyler, and now. And it's interesting because that whole time I thought he's trying to like convince Keanu to be part of his gang. Like, that's what I thought.
I mean, that was the whole point of like holding hands in the circle, like
Right.
brohood, man.
right. And he had said like, I know exactly what we need to do or whatever. And so I thought that's his whole thing is that's his whole plan. But it
One
wasn't.
of us.
But it wasn't.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking of that. I didn't think. I mean, because I felt like he was just playing this dirty game with him. Like he was just like, I'm just gonna like mess with you. I'm gonna act like I don't know, but I know that I know, and I know that you know. So
They don't know that we know.
so I'm just
Continual
gonna play
friends
the
forever.
who knows what game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought at that time, just going back to like this movie and the way it's built, Like in that moment, as an audience member, I feel like I'm feeling like Keanu. Like, oh, snap,
Stress.
they about to do this to me right now.
They're about to push me out
It's
this
about to be
plane right
over.
now. Yeah.
And, you know, they get to land and then bam, surprise, I got your girl.
Yeah.
That's true.
He does it so chill too. He's like, I gotta show you something in the back of my van, man. Check out this videotape. Oh shit, it's your girlfriend. It's just like so chill about it. It's like the most threatening thing ever because he's just so like relaxed. Like, sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I don't know. I thought the skydiving scene was pretty cool. Apparently Patrick Swayze is a pretty like passionate skydiver and really wanted to do his own skydiving scenes for the movie. But
Yeah.
he's Patrick Swayze.
It makes
So
me think about like Keanu Reeves doing his own stunts because this is his first like action movie.
Yeah,
right? I
yeah.
feel like there was some sort of inspiration or like something like, oh wow, like I'm learning from somebody. I'm in this movie with Patrick Swayze and he does his stunts, you know, whatever stunts that it is that he does. And I think he ran along with it, unless he did do other stunts. What about like?
I don't
with
think so
movies?
because before this, like he did some like, you know, teenage movies and art house indie films. So
Yeah.
he didn't really have like stunts necessarily.
Yeah, but I mean, this movie was. I mean, there was that scene when they were breaking into the people that weren't who they were looking for.
Right.
That first scene.
oh yeah, that scene was gnarly.
Yeah, there was that lady, that butt naked lady, who's just like,
Yeah.
she was.
forgot about her.
She was on it. She's ride or die. You can tell. She was butt ass naked, coming out the shower, just want to be clean, just relax the rest of her day.
She stabs people with her
Yo,
boobies
she
out.
beat up
Yeah.
Keanu. She was like, pow, 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 pow. Homie was like on the floor.
I was like, how embarrassing to be beat up by like a naked lady in this apartment.
Yo, and then,
She's slippery and wet and stabbing you.
Yo, she
And what
took
kind of
people down.
FBI agent are you? Like, he clearly spent way too much time surfing and
I
not
guess
enough
that's
time like
distracting though.
firearm
Like,
training.
oh my god, tits! What do I hit? You know, I get it.
Yeah, I understand.
Oh my god, that's another Friends reference right there. That's Phoebe lifting her shirt up when they're playing the football game. Like, this is how we win.
yeah.
This is how we win. It is. It's distracting.
Boobs are always distracting.
That scene was intense too. And then Tom Sizemore comes out as the DEA agent, which is also a guy who's probably doing a crap ton of cocaine with Gary Busey. 'Cause his career like tanked after
What else
this.
is he from?
He was in Black Hawk Down. He was in Saving Private Ryan.
Okay.
I knew him from there's this 90s movie, I think 93 with called Heart and Souls with Robert Downey Jr. in it. That's freaking yeah, he's got a really good career. Especially his like older stuff. Anyways, so
We digress.
we digress. But yeah, so that was super. That was just random. I love these rewatches, I guess this was the first time I'd seen this, but I love going back and seeing like, oh,
Yeah.
there's that guy.
Had you seen it before?
I haven't.
How about you?
No.
She's like, and I will never see it again.
I had seen it before. I saw it years ago with a boy. Surprise! But I
Netflix
didn't-
and chill, Point Break.
I mean,
Was there Netflix at the time?
I think we probably rented it on like
It was
DVD
it
and
was the
chill.
Netflix. Yeah, the Netflix that came to your house. And you had to go mail it back.
I wonder if he ever returned that DVD.
It was like VHS and go to bed, or VHS and lay in bed. You know?
VHS. I got debt collectors coming after me because I rented Mallrats on DVD to watch with a boy, and we never ended up watching it. And then the Hollywood Video went out of business, and we never got to return it. And they hunted me down for years.
Wait a second.
That's insane.
You had that for quite a while for it to be shut down.
It was like right when the Hollywood Video was about to shut down.
They were
we
still
never returned.
allowing people to like.
It was like
rent things out?
2009.
Well,
That was a good
you lucked
time.
out.
2009. Good times. Good
The best was walking into Blockbuster when they were closing and everything was like $5 in the store, and you loaded up on DVDs and we're like, these will never become irrelevant.
Do you know Blockbuster, Nicole?
She's like, yeah,
These
in Captain Marvel.
debt collectors stopped following you after 7 years, and so it took 7 years for the Hollywood Video
For the,
people
like,
to stop stalking me.
$2.50 to fall off your credit.
I'm sorry, we're totally.
Unreal.
Johnny Utah.
Johnny
was
Utah.
he was going to get his man.
He was gonna get his man, just like Hollywood Video was gonna get me.
Exactly.
And spoiler, he didn't get his man. Oh, did he?
Okay, yeah. I mean, he did because so at the end, right, we get this epic Vaya con Dios as Swayze rides off into the wave and commits suicide in the wave.
I mean, obviously he figured either I can die doing what I love, which is a callback he said earlier in the movie, or I can go to jail. You can't keep me in a cage, bruh.
Can't keep Bodhisattva.
It's not fun, a cage.
That's so poetic. That's so deep. Like this
But
guy's
life
like, I've
isn't
been
because
waiting.
he's also like a bad guy. So I had very mixed emotions at the end because I didn't know how I was supposed to feel. Was I supposed to be like, good, Keanu got his guy, or good, Swayze killed himself, or oh, that's poetic, or what?
I think it's satisfying
Yeah.
because, all right, we made this relationship with, Keanu and Swayze. Mm-hmm. And we love this relationship. We adore this relationship. We love that they're friends. At least I did.
I did too. They were frenemies for sure.
Yeah. And so at the end, I'm like, there's a bond there. You can't just take him to jail.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like there had to be something where I didn't feel bad that something had happened.
Yeah.
And being that he went out to the ocean on his own because he made his choice, and because Keanu was there to be like, all right, I'm going to do this for you, knowing that he might not make it.
Yeah.
I feel it gives some sort of like relief, like, okay.
Closure.
Yeah.
I liked that realization, like when he is handcuffed to him and then Bodhi's like, come on, man, let me just get this one wave. And you could see Johnny be like, oh, he means literally one final wave. Like you can see the wheels turning. He's like, he's not going to come back. And that's when he's like, yep, go ahead.
Why do you think he threw his badge in the ocean?
Because F the police. Well, if you noticed, when he walks up at the end and he throws the mask in front of Bodhi, he's like, what's up, bruh? And all of a sudden he starts talking like this. And he's like,
you still surf every day.
every day.
I mean, the movie, part of his purpose was about sticking it to the man, Bodhi's, right? So I guess, at the end,
he got a cop to quit his job and go
That's true.
sleep with the
Become a
surfer girl on the
surfer.
beach.
Well, so Keanu had said that by his interpretation was by the end of the movie, Johnny is every bit as morally depraved as Bodhi is.
Interesting.
And that he essentially loses himself, but it's just different because in the way that Bodhi is willing to do anything and sacrifice anything for this vision that he has,
Yeah.
Johnny is willing to do anything and sacrifice anything to get back at Bodhi for what he did to Tyler. And so he throws his badge in the ocean because it's just not representative
It feels
of who he
like
is
dirty
anymore.
now, probably, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I do think it was a satisfying ending.
Yeah.
And I loved all the what was it, Australian police? Was that where it was? Australia?
Oh, yeah, it was, oh, shoot. I don't remember the name of the area they went to, but yeah, it was in Australia. The 50-year
They're all
storm.
standing on the shore. What are you doing? Crikey. Just kidding. They didn't.
crikey. That would have been amazing. Let's get out of here so we can get some shrimp on the barbie, eh? Sorry to our Australian fans. That was terrible.
Oh, man.
Oh, you know what I hated about this movie? I have one complaint.
Okay.
They boinked and they didn't show it.
True.
Oh, but later they make up for it a little bit because I know what you're going to say.
Wait, no.
Oh, we get Keanu butt.
What?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We get Keanu butt.
Cool.
You don't remember the Keanu cheekies?
I'm okay.
It's cheeky. Oh,
We
my
get to see
God.
Keanu cheekies. I have that in
And
my
you
notes.
can't see too much of Keanu, especially in 1991, because this movie premiered a week before Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey and My Own Private Idaho came out a few months later. So we had 3 movies that came out in 1 year.
working.
He was like the Jude Law. Do you guys remember that? Like back in
Yeah,
04
every
to
movie
06?
was Jude Law.
Just
Sick
Jude Law
of
and
it.
everything.
That's like The
Couldn't get rid of
Rock
it.
and everything.
Yeah. So there you go. He had a busy year.
He had a busy year showing his cheekies.
Every movie? I don't care. Anyways.
I don't think we see cheeks in every movie.
Yo, speaking of peeping, didn't y'all catch that scene where he was like with the binoculars looking at Tyler get undressed?
Yeah.
I was like, bro, he really over here all the other way of the parking lot with his binoculars, watching Homegirl like this is business, FBI.
That was the one text that you sent during the movie when you were watching. It was like, he's really peeping her with some binoculars right now.
And we're okay watching him do this.
It's for
She didn't
the
even know.
job,
It's
Alex.
research.
It's research. I was impressed how she could take off the bathing suit and put the shorts at the top. I thought it was,
I don't even see how that would even work for his investigation. She's just getting changed.
He has to compare the butt cheeks to what they saw in the video.
yeah. He's like, I just gotta
that's
look
true.
at every surfer's butt
Got to
cheek.
see if thank you is written on her cheek.
There's a lot of cheekies in this movie. A lot of cheekies.
It's a cheeky movie. All right, Nicole. So it's time to hear your scathing indictment of Point Break. Give us your criticism, your thoughts, why it was your favorite movie of all time.
Your opinions on cheekies.
This was, I mean, I obviously sat through it and watched the whole thing, but it was difficult for me. To me, It was so incredibly predictable. I predicted the entire movie from beginning to end. So that was like boring to me. I knew what was going to happen. Keanu's voice annoyed the crap out of me the entire time. Hey, man, I'm like, can you just talk
What do you
normal?
mean, Nicole?
Yeah, I'm like, can we just talk normal, please? That's all I'm asking for. So it was difficult to listen to.
That reminds me of the part where they were like trying to snip people's hair.
Oh, yeah, I love
Like,
that.
Yeah.
bruh, like, you got something in your ear, bruh.
Yeah. He's like, okay, well, keep some hair. I'm like, okay, you got plenty of hair on your head. You're fine. And then the whole first FBI raid at the house with the naked chick and everything. There were only 4 agents, officers there when they knew this house was completely full. And looking back, like if you watch other crime movies, shows, there's always like a full squad.
Yeah. And none of them were wearing bulletproof jackets.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? This is the dumbest, sloppiest raid I've ever seen in my life.
Think about that.
That was so unrealistic for me. Not that this is a realistic movie, but I was just like, okay, you could have had at least like a few more people there.
What if they were like just doing it like undercover? Because maybe they were just like, all right, let's not like make too much noise in the department.
It still just would never.
You also put a vest on under your Hawaiian t-shirt.
Well, and they had to get approval to do the raid.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
that didn't
but
make
what
any
if
sense.
they're just like breaking rules?
Well, and then,
Cops do that.
but that was the funny thing too, is like they had to get approval to do the raid, and then Dr. Cox walks in and he's like, "You idiots! This DEA agent was under." I'm like, "That was your job, dude."
That is a good point. Like, why he's just irrationally pissed the entire movie. I was so glad when he got punched in the face. But also, you can't just punch your boss in the face. Like,
Yeah, he should have been the one to die, not Gary.
That's
Busey.
true. though.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of like unrealistic parts in the movie too, like the diving off of the at the end
With
where they were
no
skydiving.
parachute.
It was on MythBusters apparently, and they were like testing it out, and you can't make that fall.
No, not at all. You pull your thing at 6 feet. No, like
Yeah.
you're done.
you guys, we didn't go into this movie expecting realism.
I think I accepted
After
it.
Speed, I was expecting
Yeah.
like, to actually like it because it was another action movie by him. But
It was even less realistic. than
Yeah.
Speed.
I think the thing that bothered me the most was his voice. Like right when it started out, I was like, I don't know if I could sit here for 2 hours and listen to this. Luckily, I watched it at work, so every time like someone came up, I paused it and was able to get a little break. But
From the Keanu.
Yeah.
And the replacements, how did you feel?
I love the replacements because
it
I
the
grew
same
up
character?
watching it like a lot because my mom really likes it. So I like it because she likes it. And so that movie holds like a special place in my heart because of her.
He was pretty smart in that movie too.
Man,
even though it was-
I wasn't here for that episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's everyone's least favorite movie, but it's not my favorite by any means. Speed is definitely my favorite, but
It's so good.
that one holds a special place in my heart because when I think of it, I think of my mom.
Yeah.
And so, but this one,
Yeah,
and
this
then
doesn't
Gary
have
Busey,
any
like,
nostalgia for you.
Gary Busey. I mean, how can you enjoy a movie with him?
He's so enjoyable in this
Okay,
movie.
wait, I'll take that back because I really, really, really enjoy Rookie of the Year with him in it.
Oh, I forgot he's in
Yeah,
that.
so I do enjoy that one. It's the little boy who became
Oh yeah, the baseball.
Yeah.
Funky butt
Is
love.
that the one that broke his arm
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was like throwing like over 98
Yeah, and
miles
he
an
was
hour?
like his coach for
That
it.
was
whatever.
one of my favorites.
That is a realistic.
I wanted to be that kid. 'Cause I pitched at
No,
that time.
nothing.
Yeah.
You pitched 98 miles an hour.
No,
too?
I pitched at that time, like when I was that age.
The 90s was like a hot time for kid baseball movies.
God,
Dude, Angels in
torture.
the Outfield and another Keanu movie, Hardball came out.
Angels in the Outfield. Is that the comedy with Bill Murray or whatever?
No.
Wasn't Bill Murray? in that?
This one, there's a
Not Bill Murray.
field.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, like little kid Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and he sees angels in the outfield.
I just remember there's a cornfield.
Christopher
That's
Lloyd.
it.
No, that's Field of
That's
Dreams.
Field of
Oh,
Dreams.
damn it.
Anyways,
Is that baseball too?
Yes.
Oh, see, there we are.
but yeah, I just
It's like saying Point Break and Chasing Mavericks is the same movie because they're surfing.
I appreciated that it was to me at least, a cool surf movie because I don't think I liked surf movies before.
see this. Was it even a surf movie? They surf for like 5 minutes.
They
true.
surf so much.
Yeah, I feel like they don't.
I mean, it ended with him surfing to his death.
the night,
So no, yeah, that's another red flag for me. Like, how can you just sit there and watch someone just kill themselves? Like, what? No,
That's
that
the
ain't
thing.
gonna work.
That's- yeah,
put your
that's
ass in
evident.
jail. I do not care. You could kill yourself there where I don't have
You
to
got a
watch you
point.
do
You
it,
got
and
a
I won't
point.
feel bad
That's true.
about
Ain't
it.
nobody going into the no
like-
one went in trying to save him.
Nobody. They're
And
like,
I'm
we'll
like-
wait till he comes back.
He's
Yeah.
not coming
He
back.
ain't coming back, and I'm just like, okay, cool. And then
Yeah, we're the lifeguards, Australia.
Well, wasn't it a tsunami
like
or something?
a 50-year storm.
Earthquake or something? Yeah.
That was the deepness of the movie, though. Like, so, well, at least in my opinion, Keanu's like making the decision to let this dude really just do this to himself, but knowing that it is important to him.
That's also probably also why he threw his badge though, because he's like, I literally just let this dude kill himself.
Ooh.
Like I can't be an
Like I could go
Dang.
somewhere pretty deep with this, but I'm not going to because this is not a depressing podcast. But just like
We're listening.
We're like, let's get deep into the concept of life, and death.
Life and death.
To be or not to be.
That is the question, bro.
gosh,
Vaya con Dios.
it's just.
Adios, amigo.
And then when Tyler comes running after she is let go, and he's like, "No, we could talk another time." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" Don't put your dirty paws on my mouth, okay?
Full on forgave him in that moment. I was
Yeah.
like, you hated him.
I think when you're faced with life and death like she is, and then you're set free, you have some time to think.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm Team Tyler and Johnny. I hope they're banging on a beach right now, even though we didn't get to watch.
Nicole's right. Like, what do you mean talk later? We're going to be here waiting for help. the entire time. My knees broke. I'm not going anywhere.
It cuts to
Sitting
5
down.
minutes later.
They're sitting down. Yeah, 5 minutes later. Can we talk now?
Can we talk
No.
about it now?
No.
Oh
later.
yeah, that too. Like they knew it was one another, and they're still just chilling, being cool. I'm like, no, I'm fighting you right now.
What would have really added to that scene is if Tyler was like, relationships built on intense experiences never last. And then Keanu said, I guess we'll just have to base it on sex then.
God, just the worst. That took down that all of Speed.
It's the best part of Speed.
So dumb. So fucking dumb.
Unsung heroic line.
All right. I have a very important question. We need to rate Keanu's hotness
True.
against other Keanu
Is
hotness
this a new
movies.
scale? We didn't do this.
We
Yes,
brought
we
it in
did.
during Speed, and I think it's worth continuing.
Very scientific, very scientific. I think this is Keanu's hottest.
Ooh.
Okay, I think it's a second. I won't degrade him in the movie at all. I mean, I kind of already did, but that's besides the point.
We're thinking
His looks.
purely physicality
Yes,
and
his
shallowness.
looks. This is probably second. I feel like Speed, he was the hottest, but this one, very, very close second.
I don't know. I think I got to agree with Nicole. Well, maybe it's just the matureness in Speed.
Yeah,
Like the,
I feel like he's more muscular too.
yeah.
Like doing his own stunts, working out. I feel like
working out, hitting the gym,
Yeah.
working on those pecs.
Keanu picks.
Yeah, I would say this is his second. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to put this one first, and then Speed. And then John Wick, and then Lake House. I didn't like his beard situation in Lake House. It's kind of patchy.
What about replacements?
I didn't watch the
Oh,
replacement.
yeah, shoot.
I need to go watch it alone now so I can feel like one of you guys.
See, I would go Speed, Point Break, Lake House, replacements, John Wick. I don't like the beard scruffy.
Ooh, I love a man covered in blood in a nice suit.
I'm almost the same as Haley. I'm Speed, Point Break, Replacements, Lake House, John Wick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so how would Point Break be if it wasn't Keanu? Because the director of this movie, Catherine Bigelow, which, by the way, I was surprised to see that she was the director. Like, she directed, like, Zero Dark 30 and The Hurt Locker, like, Academy Award-winning movies, and Point Break.
Point Break is iconic.
It is. But she's the one who fought to get Keanu cast because the producers wanted Johnny Depp to play the role. They brought in Willem Dafoe, Charlie Sheen, Val Kilmer,
Wait, back up.
Matthew Broderick.
Willem Dafoe. I cannot picture Willem Dafoe with his creepy, like,
Willem Dafoe and Gary Busey as partners.
that movie I do need to see, but not in a surfing.
I'm trying to remember if Willem Dafoe ever looked young because he always played somebody's like grandpa or something.
I'm going to Google Willem Dafoe hot and see what comes up.
1991. What did he look like in 1991? Because I can see Johnny Depp
Oh, yeah, for sure.
taking the role.
Johnny Depp was huge then, so that would have made sense. But also, I see him so much as a character actor that would have been weird. Willem Dafoe had a full-blown, like, porn stash.
Wait, in 91?
Yes.
God.
Yo, that's a mustache and a sailor suit. That's
I mean,
definitely
I'm
porn.
kind of here for that one. Honestly. I don't know what movie that's
Light
from.
of the Intruder.
I Googled Willem Dafoe hot. It just looks like a gremlin in every single one. I mean,
Sorry to Willem Dafoe and all our
Does he surf? Is that why?
ponytail-wearing
Maybe
fans of Willem Dafoe.
He's like one with the ocean or something.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
If you love Willem Dafoe or you are Willem Dafoe, you're so sorry.
I do like Keanu in the role, but another actor that I think would have been very attractive in this role could have been Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Because
He's
is
got
like a
that surfer look to him, the blonde, white, male, muscular.
Yeah. That was his like Dazed and Confused era too. So he was like,
All right.
I think Swayze also tried for the audition for the role as Johnny.
Oh,
Johnny
really?
Utah, yeah.
He would have been good.
I think I could have seen
Interesting.
that. But I'm glad that they did what they did.
I like seeing character actors who are usually good guys play bad guys. Switch it up a little bit.
I could not see Matthew Broderick in the role. I love him, but he's so tiny. Like,
Yeah,
I
he
feel
doesn't
like
seem athletic enough.
Swayze was like twice his height.
Also, oh my God, cannot see Charlie Sheen doing it.
No.
Charlie Sheen was really hot back in the day.
Because
like,
the
he
90s,
auditioned
yeah.
for this one too.
yeah, if you look up, like, or if you watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off, he is fine in that movie.
Yeah.
What about Val Kilmer? Because he was also on that list.
Val Kilmer was
Oh,
also fun.
yeah, he
like
was
Val
fun.
Kilmer in Top Gun,
I can see him in that.
top tier.
Yeah.
When did the Batman come out? The one that he was in.
90.
95?
Okay. So it was around
For
the
90.
same time.
I'm going to say sometime in the mid 90s because I do remember going to Burger King and they had Batman Forever mugs that you could get.
Like the clear ones.
Yes, they
Oh
were
my God.
collectible. I
You
had
just
all of them.
unlocked a memory.
Yeah, actually, Val Kilmer was because it's kind of like how you feel about The Replacements. Growing up, that was the first Batman movie that I was like old enough to really appreciate. And now, I mean, obviously as an adult, I'm like, okay, that was cheesy. It's super campy. It's super campy and cheesy, but at the time, I was obsessed with it. I loved it. So I could totally see Val Kilmer in this role.
I can see that. I think our boy Keanu pulled it off really well, though. Let's grade his acting and get away from his appearance.
Okay. I don't know. I liked it. I liked the whole thing. I thought, Alex, you texted and you're like, I feel like I've unfairly judged Keanu. He's like a
Yeah,
pretty
for
versatile
real.
actor. And I don't know. I was in it the whole time, start to finish, just like with Speed. I was in it. I was glued. So I'd give him an A.
I think I'm going to give him an A as well. He had a couple line deliveries that I thought were a little dry, but I feel like Keanu's his best when he's emoting, when he's having those big emotions, when he's like having a lot of fun or really angry. Sometimes when he's just delivering those like, what are we going to do today, boss? Those can come off a little, I don't know, fake or stunted. Yeah. But like for the most part, I thought he knocked this one out of the park.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I think he gets an A, at least on my part for this one. Yeah, I feel like I've underestimated Keanu Reeves for the longest time, and it's because I haven't watched anything that he's made since before, like, the millennium or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think part of the reason he's so good, I was looking at him doing this thing with Gary Busey and like Swayze, and I was like, yo, he's a good scene partner. And I kind of feel like
Yeah.
that's kind of been consistent in the movies that we've watched, is him really like interacting with the other stars. in
Elevating the
movie.
performances
Yeah.
of the others.
Like
That's a good point.
You can tell that they bounce off of each other because every one of the co-stars that he's been in, at least when I feel like they've always had some kind of connection.
Some good rapport going on.
Yeah, and I think in order for like an actor to like really put on a performance, you have to be able to connect with your like ensemble and like really perform. And he shows that in this one. And because Gary Busey and Patrick Swayze, they're heavy hitters.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Keanu wasn't either, but
He they all keep up with each other really well, and he has really distinct relationships that I thought were believable with every person. Like, even with Tyler, I didn't feel like it was rushed or anything. Like, they started out as like, she hated him, and then kind of surf buddies, and then they were just kind of friends for a while. But then,
yeah, this movie proved to me that Keanu Reeves is a pretty well-versed actor.
Nicole?
Like I said, I won't knock him because I didn't like the movie. So yeah, I'll stick with you guys and give him an A. I feel like some parts he could have had more emotion. I feel like when Gary Busey died, I feel like he could have shed a tear or two.
yeah.
Kind
Gary
of just
Busey
ran
died.
over. Yeah, I kind of just ran over and started screaming. I'm like, okay, like, I don't know. I guess it's like also an in the moment thing, and you're like shocked, but
Oh God.
yeah,
Oh jeez.
and it's a movie, so whatever. But yeah, pretty much everything you guys said. There could have been a little more, but he also did extremely well with the people he was surrounded with.
Yeah, he's good with his chemistry.
All right, so the movie as a whole, okay, so it's got critics gave it a 69% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Nice.
Audience Audience score is a 79%. How do we feel? Does that represent the film? Do we agree?
I'm giving this an A+, y'all. I don't know. I'm like in my feels about Point Break. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm going to give it an A too, especially because we were like spent part of the beginning of this episode talking about like the structure of it, how deep it is, making these connections.
Yeah.
I feel like if a movie can do that, then I think it deserves a good grade.
He shot his gun in the air and went, ah! God, it's just A+. A+.
Yeah, I'm going to give it an A. I won't put it above Speed. I still think Speed
That's fair. I can
reigns
see that.
I like
supreme.
Speed better, but that's okay.
But
I mean, I like Point Break better, but that's okay.
But yeah, I feel like it's close. But Point Break is a close second for me. So I'll stick with it. Give it an A.
Nicole.
I feel like for Nicole's birthday or for Christmas, we just need to like sneak into her house and just decorate like her room in Point Break stuff
Christmas?
with Johnny Utah. Like put up a tree and it's just like Keanu's face at the top.
Probably have a big square to represent Utah.
A surfboard.
Oh my God. Hey, Nicole, what's up?
Everyone, you might not want to break in. Might not be a good ending.
She's going to throw a pit bull at us.
You could just put it on the front. The front
Please don't throw
doorstep.
a dog at me.
But anyways, I'm going to actually agree with Rotten Tomatoes. I'm going to give it, let's see, 69's what?
It's a D.
Okay, I won't give it a D, but 69's a D.
No.
Anyways,
Oh,
Alex just
you guys
got
are
it.
nasty.
oh gosh. Okay.
What?
Anyways, I'm going to give it a C+.
Good.
Okay.
C's get degrees.
Yeah.
Go Devils.
so- Ain't that the truth? No, I'm just joking.
No, I'm not.
But yeah, I got
Graduated with honors. You slackers.
I'm a dropout.
Hey.
yeah, C+.
All right.
Come.
Yeah, that's
All
fair.
right.
All right. That was a fun one. I really enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to our next episode of Keanu 101 when we get to reintroduce the world to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I've never seen it. I'm
I
so
can't
excited.
wait.
Am I the only one who's seen it?
Yeah, it seems like it. Wait, what?
I haven't seen it. I mean, I haven't seen any of these movies except for Replacements.
Oh, man. Okay, well, I'm excited for you guys to watch this one. And Nicole, if you come in with negative energy about Bill and Ted, I don't know if I'm going to be able to
You
handle
have
it.
to be excellent, Nicole.
I will keep an open
Excellent.
mind.
It's a time travel movie. I can already.
It's goofy. It's a
nothing's
comedy.
real.
And it was shot here in Arizona. Like we've got the local connection.
Local hero. He does talk like this a lot.
He
though.
goes to Sunsplash, bro.
He goes to Sunsplash?
Yes.
wanna
It's
go to
filmed at
Sunsplash.
Sunsplash. But also
Oh, Jesus.
he does talk like that, but it's different because it's
comedic.
it's comedic. Yeah, it's like he's kind of lampooning himself. I don't know.
Okay.
I think you'll
Replacements is
like it.
kind of lampoony, right?
A little.
I'll just crack a few beverages.
I think you'll like
Yeah.
it. That's even better. Watch it late at night after a
I'll
couple.
actually have a few beforehand.
There you go.
So I'm like watching it. I'm like,
We'll
yeah.
enjoy it with some herbal refreshments and getting
We could call it
season
that.
of Bill and Ted.
I'll just do the herbs, period.
True.
Well, as the sober representative of the podcast, I think that's a good place to wrap it up. All right, guys, let's tell everybody where they can find us. Nicole.
You can find me, Nicole, on Instagram and TikTok at Nicole_Eldridge and on Twitter at NAEldridge14.
You can find me, Alex, at ALCASNUN on Instagram and Twitter.
You can find me, Shauna Trinidad, at Shauna Trinidad on Instagram and Twitter, SHAUNATRINIDAD.
And you can find me, Haley, on Instagram at 30NerdyThriving. You can also find us on our website at popculturejunkie.com, on Facebook at the Pop Culture Junkie Podcast, and of course, join our Pop Culture Junkie support group. You can find us on Twitter at Pop Junkies and on Instagram at pop.culturejunkies. Once again, thank you to Olympus Games here in Mesa, Arizona, and be sure to come back next week for another hit of pop culture. Vaya con Dios, brah.
Pop Culture Junkie is a production of Pop Culture Entertainment Group.
So entertain me right now. I need it bad. 'Cause I need it bad.